Just a tragedy, isn't it? It's just a tragedy. She died so young.
She really did, but it's great she was able to produce such brilliant ads during her lifetime. Yeah, I've been thinking actually, chewing gum ads really show a lot about our culture.
Yeah, really? How do you figure?
Look, just watch this.
On a scale of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is gum in your life?
0.
0.
Probably about a 2, not that important to me.
Very important.
Very important. So you give it like a 10?
10.
Wow.
Me too.
Okay, thank
Fresh
you.
breath is an important thing.
6.
10.
Probably a 2 or 3.
Probably about a 5.
Probably a 1 or 2.
As you can see, not very important, especially not for men. So then how do gum advertisers know how to market it? Well, the fact is, they really don't. That's what makes it so interesting. I mean, think about it. You have the car companies. They've got it figured out. Low camera angles, shiny cars, good-looking people. It's adventure, it's excitement, it's luxury. You know what I'm saying? Or even alcohol companies. You drink our stuff and people will think you're cool. Or clothing. Wear our clothes and you'll have adventure and you'll hook up with people. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, I see what you mean.
Good. In these industries, it's taken them years to figure this out, Survival of the fittest ads. And so by the 21st century, they all sort of know how to do it. But with chewing gum, that just hasn't worked. There isn't that one cliched best way to sell chewing gum. So they just try everything. The ads are all over the place. Which is why I think they're so revealing.
So what are you proposing?
Here's what I'm proposing. We take a safe, and we fill it with gum advertisements. Hundreds of them. Print, radio, television, you name it. Then we bury it somewhere. Wait a few years, the world ends, everything's destroyed. Everything, except our box of gum ads. And then a few more years pass, the aliens invade, and they find our box. What will they think about us?
During the alien craze that followed the discovery of the Mantroid race, the Wakanda Republic funded a massive exploration project to map the known universe and discover all of its intelligent life. When the explorers arrived on planet Earth, it was entirely scorched by a recent solar explosion. But remarkably, an intact container was found, full of important cultural artifacts of a destroyed civilization. From these artifacts, we've been able to gain an unprecedented understanding of an extinct, semi-intelligent alien race. We call them the Chewers. They were highly developed multicellular eukaryotes. Their bodies were covered with skin and, in certain places, hair. On average, they were about 1.75 meters long and stood erect on 2 legs. Chewers perceived 5 of the 6 basic senses and communicated through vocal language.
I said it was a strike, so why don't you take a hike? I don't want no strike.
Their most impressive physical feature was their unique oral bones, called teeth, which were remarkably straight, white, and shiny. Those with subpar sets of teeth were typically outcast from society. The chewer's name comes from an important cultural ritual where the species used these teeth to chew, but not digest, a naturally occurring substance they called gum. Gum chewing had many uses and served an essential role in nearly every aspect of a chewer's life, forming the backbone for the chewer's culture and economy. As a species, chewers are most notable for being equally split into 2 interacting groups, or genders, the males and the females. Some of this divide was biological. Males were slightly taller, more muscular, less curvy, and had deeper voices than the females. Some scientists suspect the chewers might have had other biological gender differences that they kept hidden beneath their decorative leg coverings. However, the 2 genders' social distinctions were far more important. Males and females groomed their head hair differently, wore different styles of decorative body coverings, and even maintained different postures. A major goal in a chewer's life was to impress and attract chewers of the opposite gender. There were, of course, rare exceptions to this tendency. In general, it was the male's job to search and approach. and the female's job to attract and accept, not the other way around. Once the chewers found a mate, or two, they would stand very close and press their mouths together. They called this a kiss. Most experts believe this kissing ritual played a role in the chewers' reproduction, but the surviving artifacts are not explicit on this subject. A chewer's ability to court the other gender was highly valued and respected. A chewer with a desirable mate enjoyed popularity and pride, and chewers of both genders were concerned with their appeal to the opposite gender. In order for mouth kissing to be effective, at least one chewer must be chewing a special type of mating gum. To chew mating gum was a sign of fertility, and the distinctive, cool scent it added to a chewer's breath was highly arousing. Additionally, some high-end varieties of mating gum could dramatically clean and whiten a chewer's teeth, further increasing its attractiveness. As soon as a chewer put mating gum in its mouth, it immediately became far more attractive to the opposite gender. Popular varieties of mating gum included Dentine Ice, Eclipse, Excel, Orbit. The most potent mating gum was the Double Mint. For most of the chewers' recorded history, the Double Mint's distribution and consumption was controlled by the Wrigleys, a powerful cartel of elite twins. When a pair of Wrigley twins bestowed an ordinary chewer with a Double Mint, they were granting that chewer extraordinary social, financial, political, and sexual benefits. Along with relationships, chewer society stressed the importance of recreation over work. Older artifacts suggest that, originally, only males were forced into the public workforce, while females were allowed to stay home with the youth. But with time, male chewers fought for equality, and more recent artifacts illustrate a gender balance at work. But no matter who they included, chewer jobs were dangerously boring, capable of driving employees to insanity. Some chewers fought this mundanity by working under the influence of mind-altering gums. Clerk's Tea-Berry Gum, for example, induced spontaneous dancing and euphoria. But chewers got their true excitement fixes outside of the workday. Trends in recreation also suggest a historical shift in gender roles. In early chewer society, males, from a young age, sought adventure, while females used free time to relax in luxury. As their culture progressed, females became more interested in being tough and experiencing thrills as well. For all types of recreation, the chewers looked to gum. Recreational gum intensified and created pleasure and enjoyment. Inexpensive, extra sweet recreational gum was popular with the very young. Juicy fruit was a favorite for those a little older. But by far the greatest recreational gum wasn't discovered until late in the chewer's history. 5 gum exhilarated chewers with fantastic sensations and adventures. Some chewers took advantage of the stranger varieties of gum, using them to alter their body functions and mental states for entertainment and even practical purposes. These specialty gums, when misused, could cause devastating accidents. For many chewers, the majesty of gum suggested the existence of a higher power. Chewers developed religious superstitions about the creation of gum. Early artwork depicts mythical creatures using magic to concoct gum for the chewers. Also important to the chewers' culture was a deep musical tradition. Most musical compositions were odes to different varieties of gum. Many songs were constantly reinterpreted with changed lyrics and musical styles, such as the popular Juicy Fruit song.
The taste is gonna move ya. Take a sniff, pull it out.
The taste is gonna move you when you pop it in your mouth. Juicy fruit is gonna move you. I got you covered.
Or the Wrigley Cartel's seductive Double Mint song.
For you, a double pleasure from Double Mint Gum. Mega Mall Multiplex Plastic Surgery on TV. Double your pleasure, double your fun.
That's the statement of the great
double mint gum.